Oh man, do y'all see this? Burgundy box with the SoleSavy logo, members only in the front, SS2 custom, 1 of 800. That means whatever's in this box is extremely exclusive. Apologies, sorry. Allow me to introduce myself. For those of you who are not familiar with who I am, and some of you who recognize me from past videos on a previous platform, my name is Tony. I'm the director of video at SoleSavy, and I can easily do a sneaker review on these Bespoke sneakers, but that wouldn't do us any justice. It wouldn't do the sneakers justice. There's only one person in this world that can give us all the details from beginning stages to final product, and we're gonna get this person on the call right now. Ladies and gentlemen, back like a chosen one tattoo, leader of the SoleSavy movement, DP, welcome back to YouTube. And also congratulations on a new healthy baby boy.
Oh yeah, the family is growing. Little guy is a month old now. He's kicking and moving and starting to roll over already.
Well, we're glad you're back from maternity leave. Now, you know this video is all about the SS2 custom.
Yep.
Are we allowed to say the AM word?
I've avoided it for,
I will avoid it in this video too if
I mean, look,
that needs be.
It's very clear that inspiration from this comes from a Nike Air Max 90. We're going to say this right now, and then we're going to move on from there and call it an SS2.
Before we actually get into this, right? I accidentally leaked
You did.
these images this past weekend.
You did.
Some would say it could have been strategic, like what Jordan Brand does with the Air Jordan 36s.
It's totally my fault with dad brain, which is like, the marketer in me was like, let's get Tony a pair ASAP so Tony can work his magic. And then I went and changed the diaper and forgot I sent you a pair. And I log on to Twitter, and then you are just blowing it up by showing the whole sneaker. I've teased like the logo, the heel. I never showed the whole thing. And then you blew up my spot, man.
Well, apologies for that, but also it's been getting so many good reviews online, right?
Yes. Let's just acknowledge this was a strategic marketing decision, and we're both creative geniuses.
I would definitely take that. But before we get into the SS2, can we briefly talk about the SS1? Because that's before my time.
For me, it was really important that we created with an authentic sole from Nike or Jordan, right? So I didn't want to order fake soles from China. I wanted to use authentic Jordans because the sole of the sneaker is the sole of the shoe. So this is, my opinion, a way to keep it authentic to a degree, right? Using an authentic sole. So you can imagine finding a red bottom or a black bottom Jordan sole is really hard because it sells out. So this is a pine green Jordan 1 low or a pine green Jordan 1 mid, and they went on sale and they were very easy to get. So it was $90 to get this base sole. So it keeps our cost down versus if you went and bought a bread, you'd be tearing apart a very expensive shoe. You don't want to do that, right? So
also it would be blasphemous to do that to a pair of breads.
Absolutely. But even a Jordan 1 low bread was selling out and reselling at the time. So a green Jordan was available everywhere. We could get a couple hundred pairs. So that dictated the rest of the shoe because the bottom had to be green. Again, you can't paint this. It'll chip away. It'll look like shit. So we said, what's a green sneaker going to look like? And at the same time, it forced us to make a green shoe. Everyone has red, black Jordans. There's only been a couple green Jordan 1s made. So that's why we did it this way.
I will say it's a very nice shoe.
The new members are clamoring for a retro. They are itching for it, man.
All right, so let's talk about the SS2 then. How did we end up with this silhouette?
Some of that decision making comes from what's available in the market that's on sale, that's readily available, that'll keep our costs down. So everyone's like, let's do a dunk. Not feasible, right? We'd have to buy, it'd be hard to get enough dunks and then tear them apart. Again, wouldn't be very nice. I felt like last year was kind of an Air Max 90 year. Nike was putting a big focus on it. There's a lot of Air Max 90s releasing, the infrareds, a lot of OGs. So we looked at the market and said, what Nike silhouette can we use that's easy enough to get, that's not going to cost resale, that'll keep the shoe cheap, affordable, right? Again, that's how we got the Air Max 90. That is the OG laser blue sole at the bottom. It was on sale a lot of places. We got some pairs for $60. We got some pairs for $100. I think retail's $140. I cleared out every store in the US. I bought 200 pairs from Concepts. I bought 150 pairs from here. I bought 100 pairs from there. Every single store in the US got cleared out by me because I was buying those en masse. It was pretty funny to see them disappear.
From my understanding, the community has something to do with the design as well.
Yeah. So the same process with the SoleSavy one. We decided the silhouette and then the base sole. So again, the sole was white, black, and blue. From there, we said to the community, submit your ideas. What kind of colorways can we do? Sketch some colorways on. Here's a template. People filled it in, colored it. We took a bunch of feedback from the community, and then we kind of started voting. Kind of talking about like, what do you guys like? What are you feeling? What are you not? We pulled from that and just kept iterating, right? We narrowed it down, and ultimately got to that sneaker, which was like, I think it's a cherry wood Air Max one of the Pata. Yeah. Some of the inspiration came from that because we liked that like burgundy red look with a hint of blue.
I don't know what it is, but these color combinations work.
I have an iteration of the shoe. Obviously went through a bunch of digital versions, in Illustrator, back and forth with the members, back and forth with the Garrickson team. This was the first sample that came, and you can see the eye stay had extra yellow. And then also the toe box had double stitching in yellow, whereas the stitching there is the same color. This is contrast stitching.
Yeah.
So this came back and the community looked at it and said, you know what? It's a little too much yellow. It's doing too much, not as subtle. So then
we Nike ID, right?
Yeah, yes. So we stripped this down a little bit, again, just simplified it, really let the burgundy shine through, and then made the yellow an accent that helped the shoe pop versus the main portion of the sneaker as well. And I don't know if you can see it on here, but the tongue is really short on this one. Your tongue is about 2 inches taller. So when you wear it, the SoleSavy logo is a little bit more visible up above. So this was the very first sample, and I still don't have a final version because I opted to ship someone their pair first, but I digress.
Walk me through the timeline of this. How long did it take from day one to now? So
we actually started conceptualizing, designing, and drawing in early November. By late November, we took our first pre-orders for members. So that was $100 to secure your shoe, because that allowed us to, one, know how many people wanted it, and what sizes to go out and buy, right? Because we're not making these from scratch. If 50 people need a size 9, we got to go find 50 pairs of size 9 so we can have the base for the sole. So that was the start of the process. In December, we spent time on kind of materials, honing this in. The Garrickson team did a tech pack. So a tech pack is essentially kind of like an AutoCAD architecture, basically. Like every single detail was sketched out on the computer down to the T, color, and everything like that. After December, they shipped me sample materials, different corduroys, different suedes, different colors of suedes, different brushes of suedes, different Horween, different type of yellow for the eyes. Literally every material that's on here, I would have gotten shipped 3 or 4 options for it, and then had to make those decisions to figure out like what's the best combo for us. And again, I don't know if you can see it on mine. My suede is a little bit different compared to your suede. It's a little bit more of a vibrant red, where yours is a little bit more duller to help with that transition through the toe box and all that stuff. So
the craftsmanship is very, very good. Shout out to, is it Garrickson Studios?
Yes, Garrickson Studios in Philadelphia.
One thing that really impressed me is the placement of the materials, right? Yeah. Having the corduroy on the toe box. If the corduroy was somewhere else, it might be a completely different shoe, right?
Yes. A lot of that was through the guidance of Rich at Garrickson and their team. So obviously they're the experts. They've been making shoes for years. Rich is an expert in the industry. We said to him like, hey, we want this shoe to feel premium, but we want it to obviously be durable and sustainable and last, right? So it was his suggestion, use a really strong Horween leather for the side panel, right? For the mudguard, right? Because that's going to stay stern and protective, and that Horween is going to age really nicely. So it was a lot of from them. They suggested, hey, do this here, there, and this is why, and explained. He's like, the corduroy and the toe box is going to feel great, look great, and be durable there because it's a flexible material, right? You wouldn't want to have a firm leather in your toe box.
Let's go through some of the details, some of the Easter eggs, if you will. We have a broken or cut off separated swoosh.
Yep.
What's the significance behind that?
That is inspired by the SoleSavy logo. Our logo is cut in half with an angle. I wanted to do something with the Jordan 1, obviously here, and this shoe that would make it a little unique to us. I didn't want to just throw on a Nike swoosh to this. And when we first did that, Nike had not broken their logo in that degree, right? They have since done it. I'm not going to take any credit. Also don't want to get sued, so it's fine. but that's the inspiration for it. Was I wanted to add a little touch of SoleSavvy, which was the inspiration from our logo, and the fact that the swoosh can come together, again representing the logo, the community, and all that fun stuff, and just give it a little flair. It's not laser, it is, I believe, heat pressed. So we have it's like a piece of metal with our logo. It's an emboss on the logo, obviously inspired from, you know, Fragment Jordan 1s and different shoes that have done that over time.
Who designed this one? Was this the community? Was that you?
That was the community, actually. I don't want to miscredit. I want to say it was either Aaron. If I'm wrong who it was, I'm really sorry. But one of the members did create the logo. You can see mine says, I think Savvy Air. So when you have both shoes lined up, it says SoleSavvy.
And then moving on, we have the foam tongue.
Community suggestion. Obviously some off-white inspiration, the kind of deconstructed tongue. It's got a really nice soft spacer mesh, so it feels good on your foot. And obviously we added the SoleSavvy Air logo on the tongue tag, and then individually numbered each of them as well.
We have some University of Southern California insoles. I assume you had to match like the eyelets, right? Just to keep that yellow consistency.
Yeah, so the original insoles, as you can see in mine, are blue, and I believe you would have been shipped a pair of blue insoles as well.
Right.
So when they were working on the project, they said, hey, we're going to make insoles and let you keep the ones that came. So we said, well, great, but what makes sense is yellow to add to that.
So it also comes with an additional pair of blue laces.
You know, we did make a hang tag as well for the shoe because, you know, that's a staple of the Air Max 90. So we had that made as well. But overall, we just wanted to make a premium Air Max 90 that was streamlined. You can obviously see this is not as padded as a regular Air Max 90, but it's true to the shape and true to the form. And just something the members can be proud of, because like this is a ton of input from the community. Obviously, you know, I led that decision making, and Garrickson had a say in that to make sure we were on the right path, because we are not sneaker designers as a community. So it was really just a group effort from everyone, from the members to Garrickson to the team here, to come up with something that everyone would be proud of and cherish ultimately.
DP, final question before I let you get back to daddy duties.
Yes, sir.
Why should people join the SoleSavvy community?
If you love sneakers and want to be a part of something that aligns with your belief and your vision for what sneaker culture should be like, which is resale free and really about just the idea of having fun and loving shoes, we're creating an amazing home for that, giving you everything you need, tools, resources, content, guides, lessons, training, everything you want to consume around sneaker culture is happening at SoleSavvy from an authentic point of view. And the beauty of what we do as a company is we answer only to our community members and our people, and we represent you and want to create amazing things for you. And sometimes that's a sneaker, sometimes that's a YouTube video and a podcast. So we're always just trying to do what's best for our community.
By the way, if you guys are watching this video and are not subscribed to the SoleSavvy YouTube channel, you already know what I'm going to say. Subscribe, and also comment, because that really helps the engagement and it helps us populate our video across YouTube, and that would be much appreciated. This is Tony Mui. I'm signing out. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.